Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between. Welcome to CreatiVity Talkin. I am V. There's my co-host, Jason. How are you, brother?
I'm fantastic, brother.
All right, so we have a special show tonight.
We sure do.
Yeah, Divirsity of One's frontman, Jemezzy, passed away. And so this is, I want to thank the band and the Sacramento Maidens of Metal for coming on. I know
Absolutely.
that grief is a very personal thing. As an artist, of course, everyone shares their emotions, and good, bad, or ugly. And so it's very brave for everyone to come in, especially the young man we'll be talking to shortly. You got some grit, sir. So
and we love that they reached out to us too. I mean, that means a lot. They're fans of the show, and and we're happy to do it. So
absolutely. And I'm like the family eulogist. I give a lot of eulogies. I've spoken at a lot of funerals, and there was one thing I noticed. I made a little change one day, and everyone's usually like, "Oh, let's take a moment of silence."
Sure.
No. Were your friends silent? No, they were loud and noisy and obnoxious
and funny.
That's why we love them.
Yeah.
So I always, when I speak at funerals, I'm like, let's take a second, smile the biggest smile, remember the funniest thing that happened between you guys, or whatever silent moment, totally inappropriate humor sometimes, but nothing's funnier when you're in pain.
Yeah.
And love is in the laughter, man.
Absolutely.
And the pain is in the tears. So let's celebrate, and let's bring these fine people on, and we're going to start.
Let's do it
with BMC. How are you? How is everybody?
How's it going?
All right.
Right on. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having us. I'm
Our
Wendy
pleasure.
with Sacramento Maidens of Metal, and it's very appropriate, V, that you're wearing the Austin Mo shirt tonight. Sacramento.
Yep, got to represent,
Yep, that's how I found out about you guys. Thank you so much, and thank you for offering and sharing your platform to allow our friends, our brothers from Divirsity of One, to share about Jemezzy and the Divirsity of One story, and we really appreciate it. So good to be here.
Oh, absolutely. I just really, for everyone showing up, because I know like the guys are probably jamming and they're taking it out in the jam room, right? All your stuff's
just
finished.
They did.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that been like in the jam room?
A
ton of
Because
emotion.
that's different than probably whatever else has gone on, whatever's happening there.
Yeah.
This was the official first jam room
session
day, right?
Yeah.
Today was the first.
The last time we came in here, we played a couple songs. It was very emotional. This time we actually came in and jammed, and got this little guy to spit on the mic as well. Get him some practice time in.
Good.
There you go.
Right on. Yeah, and you
Awesome.
didn't you, buddy? Didn't you play you were on stage the other day, right?
What?
You were on stage the other day, right?
Yes.
At the show,
Yeah.
which was his first full show. He's been on the stage a few times.
420.
Oh, gotcha. So this is the first time as doing the whole gig. Right on. How'd that make you feel, man?
Oh no, I had fun.
It was
Nice.
You did good.
Awesome. So did you feel closer to your dad doing it?
I always felt close to my dad.
Nice.
Right.
Absolutely.
So is he there with you when you were doing it?
I don't know, was he?
Oh, he was.
He was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you can feel it. I'm sure
If
he
you
was
think about it,
sure
he'll hold you right now.
Right.
Oh,
All right. So let's hear the story of Divirsity of One and how everything came together.
Yeah. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm BMC. Me and Meezy go back about 17 years.
Wow.
So this is Assassin.
I'm Assassin. We started at Walmart.
As most good stories do, right?
Him
Me
and
and
Meezy
Meezy.
started at Walmart.
We started at Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm drummer Dan. I'm the newest last thing that was added to
Right
the
on.
D1
Cool.
Yeah.
Crazy story, man. You wouldn't believe it. They needed a drummer. I called them and they hired me.
Right?
Yeah, so-
It's amazing how that.
yeah.
It's a Cinderella story.
All right,
Right.
I'm dead on.
I'm-
Yeah. And then this right here is Little Meezy. So
Little
yeah.
Meezy baby.
Oh yeah.
um,
Yeah. I watched the baby title.
not
That's
baby,
Little
but
Meezy
hey.
baby.
Yeah.
right on.
Our story goes back. The band started about 8 years ago
Okay.
on an idea. So Jemezzy baby started out as a kid growing up in the streets of Sacramento dancing. And he danced. And him and his cousins would dance. And his story is long. And I don't know how much time we got, but
All that we need.
As long as you want.
it's a crazy story. It'd have to be a series, not even a movie. It's too much for a movie. But yeah, his story starts from a kid in the streets that grew up with his cousins dancing and then just started rapping. And him and his cousins got found by this guy that put him in a studio one day, and he got addicted to creating music.
Nice.
And that was probably his second biggest addiction, other than his kids.
Mhm.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
That's a good
Yeah.
addiction to have.
Yeah.
He drank every once in a while, didn't use drugs, didn't smoke weed, didn't even have a tattoo. So no,
No,
yeah.
no tattoos. No tattoos.
He was
He
our
didn't have a
straight edge.
tattoo.
He was
Yeah.
our straight edge.
So,
Yeah, I only drink on this show with this knuckle dragger next to me. So
I can't say the same, but
but yeah, so okay, so you
None
Right on,
of us
Jason.
can either. So
so they started out dancing, and then next thing you know, they're in the studio. So
And
dance
he's doing
goes with
rap.
grooves, it goes with beats, and right
Yep.
on.
Yep. And so he started doing that, and I met him. I happened to move in across the hall from him about 18 years ago. And he looked at me and he goes, "You should get on stage with me." And I'm like, "What?" Yeah. He says, "Can you imagine a big old white guy like you and a big old black guy like me? They'd freak out. They wouldn't know what to do. And then you should come up and slide up and then do some dance moves with me." So we would go in his garage and we would rehearse and we would do dance moves, and he just had that vision that always wanted to just create and do stuff and make
perform, right? Yeah. Natural performer.
So yeah. So fast forward, we were rocking and rolling and all the way up until about 2014. And then he had an injury and it kind of sidelined the rap career and things kind of changed. And he actually ruptured his Achilles.
Helping someone.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So as the Good Samaritan and the guy that he was driving down the road and this lady broke down in the middle of the intersection. So no one else helps.
Wait, no. She was in a parking lot. I was there when it happened.
Oh, it was the parking lot?
Oh,
Yeah.
it
She
was
was
worse.
already in the parking lot?
Yeah, no. Turns out her car wasn't broke down. She was in the wrong gear.
Oh,
So anyway,
I think
as
you
it
say that wasn't her
happens,
car.
she hit the brakes, he pushed at the same time, and that ended
Snap.
a lot of things.
Oh.
Wow.
And so I grew up drag racing. My parents bought cars when I was a kid, and so I was like, hey, let's do this one song. I want to do this 90s style metal, hip hop, throwback drag racing. And fate is crazy. So we talk to our studio producer, we go in, we mix a beat, we get a bass line, we start rapping, we start putting this track to it. And Jemezzy says, "Oh, I got a buddy of mine that I used to work at a Walmart that plays guitar. Let me hit him up and see if he'll come play on this track." And we're like, okay. So time's passing. We're actually getting back out there. We're doing some hip hop stuff. He's recovered. A little bit of time's passed, but we're pushing forward with this track. And all of a sudden, we're a week out from going into the studio. And I tell this story because it's really the actual truth, and it's crazy how quickly things can change.
Sure.
Driving down the road on our way to a show in Oakland, and I looked at Meezy. I said, "Look, Meezy, where's the guitar player?" He goes, "He hasn't called me back." I said, "Well, you got to call someone else. You got to call our producer, get him to get another guy. We can't wait any longer. We're in there next week. They got to learn the track." And he literally picks up the phone, and as he picks up the phone, he calls. Yep. Just
I heard you guys needed something.
He called. The only reason he called because he needed someone to cover his shift at Walmart. That's
right.
Right.
You work a double for me, bro?
Like, no way, man.
And it was crazy. We went in and we recorded a song on Mother's Day 2015, and we released it in June. And all of a sudden, it just took off.
Nice.
And in August, we were kind of sitting around talking. It's like, well, let's just be a band.
Yeah.
And so we decided to be a rock band, put metal behind them. And we told him, we said, "Meezy, the only thing we're doing is changing the track you're playing to, because you're still rapping. You're still rapping." And he was a rock star his whole life. He truly was.
Yeah.
We just finally found the stage that he belonged on.
Nice.
That's
Right
sure.
on.
So if you see the videos, you go watch and see what he does and see.
Oh yeah.
And the guy, and you see that picture. You see that right there.
Oh yeah. No, he definitely had the tude, man. He was meant to be there, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it, that it thing that they talk about.
It's that thing, man. You can't put your finger on it.
Yeah, he's it.
He had it.
He has it.
Right.
And that's what it was.
The je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Yep.
The funny thing is, I had seen you guys on YouTube, but I didn't know that I had until after you guys reached out. And I went, "Oh yeah, I know this."
Yeah, like what? Yeah, when we were sent the thing, I'm like, "Oh, I know these guys."
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Right on. That's so cool.
Because it's easy. Because that guy would spend countless hours doing nothing but just pushing our name,
He wouldn't
pushing
sleep.
our message, pushing our beliefs and our ideas. And it's kind of crazy. The diversity of one's an acronym. So our true name, and we've only been starting, which is crazy. We didn't start using it until recently. And Meezy was the one that said we need to start using it.
Yeah.
So our name is Diversity of Our Nation's Evolution.
Wow. That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
that,
'cause diversity, that word actually had to be taken back and put in a positive light. Just because, that they've made everything so political, everything you do. It's nice to see that it was solidified in music and like, here, quit bitching, start rocking.
Yeah.
The crowds at the shows are very diverse.
It's very diverse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I bet the energy's awesome, man, right? Like real positive. Everybody's just like, good times.
High energy.
Yeah. When you do our shows, you got to be in that presence and part of that one. We call it the one. We are all one. We're one. We're one people. When you come to the shows, it's one energy. He had that command,
and he loved everybody the same.
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. If he just met you, or if he knew you his whole life, he'd give you the biggest hug.
Yeah.
And give you the biggest smile and appreciate you. He appreciated. It's a privilege for us to get on stage and be able to play music for people to come out and spend money. People can do what they want, and they chose to come see us. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, just like anytime someone comments, I mean, we got a little show here. Every time someone comments, I'm like, I appreciate your view. I mean, you have 25 million other jagoffs you could be watching, but you chose these two.
These two.
I mean? Like, so, and we appreciate that, because, there's so much negativity on the internet, and we just want to bring a little laughter and lighten it up for everybody, and not to take the whole world so serious.
And I mean, we've started. You kind of know people are watching when you do get the trolls that they're bringing the hate, but we kind of dig that too. So it's just like,
you couldn't do that with Jemezzy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, good luck trying to outsmart ass me. You know what I mean?
There was no hate.
There's no hate.
No.
Can I share? If anybody did not like him, there were.
Go ahead. Shit.
Can I share when this photo was taken?
mm-hmm.
It was October 2022, and Jemezzy it was a huge audience. The boardwalk was I believe it was a sold out show, and he was telling the people to stop hating. He was telling the people we must love each other.
Absolutely.
That's what was happening in this photo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was serious. You can see his face. He means it. Like, hello.
Yeah.
Right.
There you meet the occasional beautiful souls, man. People that just got it, right?
And that's exactly what he was, a beautiful soul. And he just seemed like he had an intensity and an urgency about that message. Love is key is what he would say. And he just, oh my gosh.
Even though his time with us was short, he brought more people together than most people could do in their entire 100 years.
Right. And people only get divided if you let the people divide you.
And that doesn't stop.
Oh no.
This is still the beginning. We're just going to keep rolling.
Awesome.
Right. Opening eyes and perceptions as well. I've heard people tell me stories about how he opened them up, that they used to think very differently than they do now as far as diversity.
Nice.
We've witnessed a lot of things. We've witnessed people that normally wouldn't hang out with him, people that were prejudiced, people that were racist, that changed their views.
Yeah.
To him. So.
Well, it's kind of hard to hate somebody when they're just like shooting you a lot of love, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Those hugs.
Because it just shines the light on you and where you're wrong.
But he was the light in the room, no matter what room,
no
matter who was there.
Yeah.
He was the brightest one.
Every time.
For sure.
That vibration, that energy, that gravitating energy that people just gravitate towards him.
Right.
We go do stuff, and we go walk around and go do stuff, and people will just walk up to us and, who are you?
That happened on multiple occasions. Just walking down the street, us having a conversation, people just looking at us like, no, you guys are something. What are you guys?
It's awesome.
Like for instance, if there's anything in the world around, if something weird is going to happen, guess where it happens? Right here. I'm a weird magnet. If there's some kind of adventure going to befall on some, I'm like the heavy metal Forrest Gump. Like things just happen, and like all of a sudden you're on this adventure. Like you ever see the white hand and the black handshake?
Yeah.
My grandfather designed that.
Really?
Wow.
He was the union organizer. My grandmother's Huron Indian, and our family was considered colored. So he fought to get the minorities into the unions here in Chicago. Was working for the OSS that turned into the CIA. Put a bunch of Bolsheviks away in the 60s and then they killed him on 4th of July 1962.
Wow.
So so when growing up, I always thought it was weird when people would say otherwise, because people were just people to me. I didn't.
And
Did you look
until
up
they tell you?
Did you look up our discography on Spotify?
Not on Spotify. There's been a busy week, but
our very first album that we ever put out was called We Are. Okay. Our cover.
Is that the cover?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That's awesome. Full circle.
Wow.
60 years in the making.
That's really something.
Talk about fate right there.
I have to show you guys this.
Everybody's doing it now. We're gonna crash. We're gonna crash the site now. Watch. Right here. Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Winner. Oh,
you can't see it, but
that far.
No, that's awesome, man.
Casey will handle this.
Right up in the camera.
Okay, let's see. This
Oh,
way.
yeah.
That ass.
Right
on.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Hey, there are no accidents, right? I mean,
that was the inception of all this.
And you know, it's really sad right now that they're pushing people to be split apart.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And you know,
and it's all political is all it is.
we all know better that on the street it's not the way it is, but unfortunately some people are buying into it, and it's really sad to see.
Yeah.
You know, because so much has gotten better.
Yeah.
Over the year, you know what I mean? There's still always going to be work to be done.
There is. And there is a lot of work to be done. And that's that's all of our songs had a message. All of our songs told a story.
Yep.
Some of them were funny, some of them were dirty, some of them were really nasty.
Some were about mental health.
But some were about mental health.
Yeah.
You know, In My Head is a song about mental health that, it's so the band started in 2015. We're in 2023. We went through a pandemic that happened in 2020.
Right.
At that time, we've released 4 albums, 28
wow.
10
awesome
12 videos. We've been on tour. We've played thousands of shows and been in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and our reach has gone international, and there's people all over the world that listen to our stuff. There's small pockets, but they're there, and they're all over the place, and it's insane.
Nice.
And he's been our leader, and
it really is weird, especially with the advent of the internet, because when we were coming up, I'm assuming that you guys are closer to my age and Jason's age. When we came up, you had to build your town, then you had to build your city, then you had to build your state, then you had to build the tri-state area, secure the region, move on to the next one. Hopefully you get signed by the time you get through region 2, and then you can be openers. And now the way that bands are booked are totally different. Live Nation owns everything, up and down, 300 different companies taking the lion's share of everything.
Everything's changed.
Yeah.
So in order to even function,
actually, it's come full circle, because the only way to make money in this industry now is to go out there and play shows.
Live.
Yep.
And you have to go work your local,
ass off.
work your region, and you got to build your fan base back up the old-fashioned way.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no money in the records anymore, right? It's all just like merch and touring, and
that's the only way.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to get to the point like, okay, do I want a record deal or not? Or do we want our own record company? Because I'd rather have 100% of 15,000 than 10% of nothing.
Right.
Or $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not always the best scenario, especially now. You can, artists can actually protect their integrity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's really important.
As
Go ahead, Money.
Someone who, loves music, if somebody puts out a song, digitally, that's great. But I really enjoy and love seeing that band perform that song live.
Right.
Live music is where it's at for me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For all of us, right?
Yep.
And when we're at a live show, going back to some of the points we were talking about, unity and coming together, when you're at a live show, we're all together, we're all one.
Yep.
Nobody cares who you voted for. Nobody cares nothing about any of it.
Exactly.
we're there enjoying, music. Just
Wendy goes out 12 nights a week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I see on the Facebook. I'm like, what are you crazy? Like,
out there.
just looking at all the pictures.
It's a beat on
This
Facebook.
is actually recorded earlier. She's already at the
Yeah, she's already been to 12 shows and
birthday
Well,
too.
George.
Okay?
Right.
nice.
blushing now. So,
She's actually cloned and she's in 4 states right now.
She's on.
Nice,
no,
nice.
music saved my life. I think.
Absolutely.
When I was a kid, and my friend's uncle took me to a Day on the Green show in Oakland, California, when I was about 14.
You were a Day on the Green?
Never got over it. I was like,
so jealous.
People.
Yeah.
And Wendy can sing.
Oh yeah,
A little bit.
She can sing.
That's right.
Yeah, my first show was Casey and the Sunshine Band
What?
at Wisconsin State Fair when I was 4. I was 4. I was.
You were 4? Your first show?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
First rock show. I'd already seen like jazz and stuff because my dad was an entertainer. He was a magician, blacklisted in the 60s, and my great uncle made sure he didn't get whacked.
Nice.
Because he was friends of ours, as I guess you would say back in the day. But
You're a friend of mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
the toy Utes. But
Anyway,
right on. Okay, so Carrie Lawton.
Casey Lawton,
I'm sorry, I can't read my own writing.
the founder of the Sacramento Maidens of Metal.
Yeah, Casey and the Sunshine Band. How about that? So nice segue, right? Okay,
And
so
Casey-
tell us about what the Maidens of Metal do.
Yeah.
and I just want to say Casey is the whole reason that I got to know who Divirsity of One was, and got to know their music and all of that. So anyway, Casey,
Actually,
maybe,
me too.
yeah.
It was my first D1, so I was like, what the hell is everybody talking about? I was getting ready to leave, and I was like, well, shit, we might as well stay. D1's coming. Everybody's like, who's that? I know, man. I see them every freaking
I
night
said they're amazing.
on Facebook.
You
So
should
let's
stay.
watch. That's a quick story. No, real story. So, when you go to a concert, you might go to one of the bands and maybe they have one hit or they have 2 or 3 hits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So my first D1 show, I'm in the front row. My nephew standing behind me, Rocco.
Yeah. I go
This
way
is
back
a
with
Hellraiser.
Rocco.
And as soon as they hit the stage, the first song, I was blown away. And I turned around and I looked at my nephew and I was like, holy shit. And he's going, holy shit. So I was like, okay, so let's wait. So the second
I
song,
know, right?
I go through the second song. Same thing. I turn around and go, dude, holy, what the fuck? And the third song, the fourth song, the fifth song, everything. I was just blown away.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Yeah, sometimes music just hits you right in the sweet spot, and it just it speaks volumes of books in just a couple of paragraphs.
I was immediately a fan. So when it was time for my audition, it was easy because I already knew all the fucking songs. Sorry.
His audition was crazy.
Sorry.
He literally just stepped in. I was like, yeah, let's just start the track. And he just started playing. He knew the song. I was like, what are we practicing for? Ready for a show?
No. It's even better than that. He goes, I'm going to send you the songs. And I was like,
Don't bother.
okay, send me the songs.
They already had him.
I'm sorry. I interrupted.
Bro status.
Sorry.
There's more.
No, it's good.
There's more to the story to that because there's text messages shortly after he came to that show where he said, I want to be in that band.
Yeah.
And he called that shot years ago and it came to fruition too. So thank
Awesome.
you for a reason. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Jump in.
So Casey,
Yeah, Casey, tell us how Sacramento Maidens of Metal all began and what
the mission was and
yeah.
the idea was starting it.
There was actually the original chapter was in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
And I left Arizona, went to Ohio. There wasn't really a music community
Seeing there, yeah.
in Findlay, Ohio. Yeah, there wasn't not like any local bands, some cover bands, but
Yeah.
When I came back out here, which is where I'm from, I remember the music scene from a few years back, from when I lived here previously, and got back into going out to shows and realized that there was probably a need for what the Maidens of Metal did. I just wanted to put my own spin on it, I guess, and do it for other reasons. You know, it's not about being in front of cameras.
Right.
We're about supporting our local music community.
Right.
And we do that through a lot of promotion, and we hold a lot of benefits. And those benefits go towards, I mean, we'll jump into anything.
This is a good example right here.
A lot of 501c and help assist in raising funds for different programs or individuals.
Yeah.
It could, I mean, the original, our first show, I think we helped out another local musician who was going through some legal stuff. Divirsity of One actually had their trailer stolen.
With all their equipment.
So we helped.
Oh man, that sucks.
That's the worst.
we helped them come up with some money for their replacement.
Yeah, that was September 2019, right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever figure out who stole it?
No. We got another one now, though. So, with the help of the Maidens who threw a show for us, and some very loyal anonymous fans that donated quite a bit of money too. And
awesome.
The community coming together, we were able to replace it. So
that's awesome.
That's the type
we
of stuff
have a very good
do.
community. Very tight community.
Yeah, that's totally cool. You know.
Yeah. Even when the pandemic hit, and there was no like shows going on, obviously we jumped in and we started raising. We've got a bunch of donations for people that were suffering from the fires out here. And a lot of animal supplies. It was focused on animals, but we did people too. We probably took 15 loads down. You guys actually let us borrow your trailer.
Yeah, that's right.
I know.
If you guys remember those California fires, man, that was brutal.
Right. Yeah, we heard about all that. Yeah.
We get busy helping.
Yeah.
Nice.
And our music community is really amazing in that way in the Sacramento area. We not only support each other, the bands support each other, we support the community, we support the venues. You know, we try to look at the big picture. And
absolutely.
a lot of musicians that I know who've come from out of the area, New York or wherever, you know, they're like, wow, I've never seen anything like Sacramento.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. If the bands aren't, if you're not playing, you're out supporting your friends.
Oh yeah, like when we're doing this a year and a half or so, and then you just got to be persistent. Just like if 10 people are coming to your show, eventually 100 people will show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we do it and do it. Then the next thing you know, Mr. Austin Moe comes on, and then Sacramento gets involved, and all of a sudden it starts
jumping up.
Jumped our channel and everything else, and people started interacting, and then it got us into the algorithm, and now we're just like, you know, and so now other city like Australia is another one for us. You know, the Australian music scene is like they're so very similar to you guys, but you're stronger.
Yeah.
Well,
gotta say, no offense to our people down under, but yeah, you guys are just really cool. Like traveled in a group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, we actually have fans in Australia.
Yeah.
We actually
couldn't believe it.
They're totally cool down there, man.
The song that we did, the drag racing video, actually reached out there. That's huge down in Australia.
Nice.
Thailand too, which is crazy.
Thailand.
Interesting. Right we just got big in India.
Well, we were the number one show in Senegal, though, right?
Well, no, we were the number 4 comedy interview show in Senegal, Africa.
Comedy interview.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like really? Right on. It's probably 5 guys in one village, you know, like watching. And we were so excited, you know, like that's totally cool. You know, someone came to the show.
We had Ventura.
Sacramento
I'm sorry.
Metal sister named Natalie Furtado, who is from Argentina.
But
And Argentina is like all about their huge power metal.
She says hair racer.
She's not here tonight, but yeah. So Argentina, she makes sure that they learn about our bands out here, and you know, there's a big music community there.
Nice. Oh, huge, yeah.
I've actually been working with like I helped Graybush with their tour, getting hooked up with venues in Arizona.
Wow, right on. Right on. One of our, or at least one or two of our maidens are out at a show tonight. In fact, some of us are obviously missing it to be here, but we have a couple of our friends' bands. Love Rage Chaos, LRC, and Cardboard Ringo, who are opening up for LA Guns.
Oh, right on.
Fields, Trading Post in Roseville. So a little shout out for those guys.
Right on.
We're passing this around.
So we have some representation out there. Danielle Franco, right on.
Yeah. So now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, speaking of Sacramento, Tesla, right? That's an OG band, right? Are they Sacramento?
Who?
Tesla.
Tesla, yeah,
Tesla.
They're from Sacramento.
Frank Hannon.
I love them too, man.
Yeah, I go see Frank Hannon as many times as I can.
He's great.
He's
one of my favorite guitar players.
And he gives back so much to the local community, supporting up and coming players like Austin, for example, JT Lux, who's out in Nashville right now.
Yeah.
Others, many others, but yeah, Frank is an amazing player. Yeah. Tesla as a band, I love their band.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Whenever we can, yeah.
Do you know, it's been very interesting going on, like when we started Tunage, and that was just a fluke. And then all of a sudden people are like, okay, people are digging it. And then we're like, oh, music's not dead.
No way.
It's
you know what I mean? Like there was a while there where I just was not interested in anything.
Yeah.
And then after my brother died, and it took me a while, then I heard, Anthony Gomes play, and that brought the joy of music back to me. And then Volbeat had another song that made me okay with the way he passed. And it was a healing moment like that.
Wow.
Like, and just blew the doors open. And now I find all this cool music and, anything guitar based is, and we're like, wow, check this out. Wow, check this out. And then people are like, oh, the guy has the seventh cousin was in this band. It's like, dude, shut up. We're just enjoying music.
Yeah.
As older people, we can't, we miss things because we have kids or other things are going on.
Right. Your life's busy, right? Everybody's working, Yeah.
So all we're doing is like, hey,
week.
You may be old too and fall asleep on the couch. Have you heard this?
And we get the ones that go, well, this isn't really a good reaction video. It's like, well, we only put up stuff that we dig. We're not going to hate on stuff. That's not our thing.
If we don't like the song, we're not going to put it out and put
negativity stuff. No, we put up stuff that's cool and we dig, and if somebody else does, fine.
And keep it positive and
absolutely
about it.
Yeah, and we always tell people to go out and buy the music. Go see the shows.
Local bands.
I got local bands. Reaction at the end of our Celebrate video. Just I was laughing so hard with you guys. Good, awesome, man.
Didn't you get seriously hurt after that video?
Yeah,
from that video?
Yeah.
So after he pushed me in the pool, I got swimmer's ear and
I gave him a concussion.
And then this one, so whenever that image and you see him fall off the back of that cart, that's his too.
That's real. I actually fell.
That was a real fall.
Massive concussion.
Oopsie.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was me that fell off the golf cart.
Oh.
On accident, but they kept it in.
Because someone wanted to swerve a little bit and make it look like
right. All in the name of art, right?
That's where he was standing.
That's where I was. Yeah. Hey, come on.
So
like I said, we're not going to fit on a golf cart.
Right.
We made it. We barely made it. Yeah.
Right. If it is, it ain't moving.
The day of the video shoot, it was open to public. So all the supporters were all trying to go. And myself and Star Cannon, one of the other maidens, we were at a celebration of life of one of our other musical friends.
Yeah.
And it was a distance between the two. And, we
there's a
tried to,
reason.
we were going, and then we just missed it. We missed the last, shot or whatever.
And that was our fault.
No,
That
but
was
no.
our fault.
But Jemezzy's dad, this Jemezzy, he got another shot for us. He got the videographer to do another one, and we're in the video.
The Celebrate
Jemezzy
video was scheduled to be at a different location, and it got canceled
that happens.
2 or 3 days before, so we had to scramble and change locations. So that changed everybody's dynamic on that.
Sure, yeah.
So we were doing this short film once, and it was called A Song for You, and it was about Stevie Nicks' song, and so they're doing this whole thing for Disney, and Elton John's manager's producing the short and all this stuff. We got so we got Stevie Nicks there, and they rented out the top floor of the house, right? Well, they'd paid the landlord who lived on the first floor, but they didn't say anything to the person on the second floor, so they just would crank their music every time camera went hot. And we're like, we had to literally like give them $2,500 and
just to shut up,
get the F out of here. So like losing, production, man. You got to think on your feet.
Yeah. The funny thing about it is all of our music videos, if you go back and you look at all of them, they were all just ideas from him and his head, and they were low budget. We're working blue collar guys.
Yeah,
we don't have a sponsor. We're self-funded. But we're going in and we're spending thousands of dollars a song, thousands of dollars a video, and when we go out there, we're low budget. We go out and just have fun and I'll
tell you though, man, I wouldn't call it low budget. Like the Celebrate video, I thought it was great, man. I thought it looked good. You guys had some special effects. I mean,
Did I mention I fell on my head during that video?
You did. Hey, you took one from the team, man. That's loyalty right there.
Right?
Yeah.
She's got a story.
Casey's got a story.
Just about Jemezzy and who he was.
Yes.
And Danielle will appreciate this. So their last show a few weeks before he passed was that
Old Ironsides.
battle.
Old Ironsides.
Yeah. So one of the maidens really, really likes their song called PLTA. And we won't repeat the words to that song.
Have you guys heard PLTA?
I have not, but I'm definitely going to check it out now.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So PLTA didn't get played because their set was cut short, and apparently outside, Jemezzy started singing PLTA for Danielle.
Oh, I'm telling you, he always looked out for everybody.
He looked out for everybody. He really, really did. They did a little session out in front of the venue.
I remember that.
She didn't get to hear her song.
Who does that?
Right, yeah.
You guys laugh at me when I ask for songs that they're not going to play.
I was screaming to Celebrate, but I left.
So when me and Jason were going to school to become audio engineers and film producers and all that kind of good stuff, like we went to school with Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids.
Yeah.
And also there was this little band ran by Mr. Campbell, and he played this. He was going to play Club Futura. And, I forgot the name of the band, Jason. So horny.
Oh, Two Live Crew?
Yeah, Two Live Crew. So Two Live Crew. Yeah, Two Live's crew playing, and then really rap and metal didn't like jive together, and it was nothing racial at all.
Yeah.
But they portrayed it that way.
Nobody thought of it.
It really was. It was at the time, it was people who played instruments and editors. That's the way that we thought as production people. Oh, you're not writing that. You're taking a beat and you're editing it. Mm-hmm. So it was just a view at the time because it was foreign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I came up with jazz and blues and everything else. So the sheriff threatens to arrest the band if they play. And we're like, what? So they broadcast this on the metal station, right? 1,800 metalheads, including me, showed up and blocked the cops so they could fucking play.
Oh yeah. Right on.
We'll just make them play the show. What's the big deal, man?
Yeah.
Free. It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
And that was just another time in history where they try to censor music or attach certain negativity to it.
Yeah.
Now we're at another time of censorship, and it's just that wheel goes round and round, man.
Right.
So everyone just got to stick in there. Now, how are all you guys doing as far as coping? Because have you had time to grieve by yourselves yet?
Not really.
Not enough. Yeah. It'll be a while, right? Yeah.
And sometimes it changes during that day too.
Yeah.
The way you feel. I didn't realize it at first. I actually talked to Assassin's mother the other day because I said I don't understand what's going on. I said I was fine earlier. Now I want to strangle somebody. So
it hits at different times. Yeah. Sometimes it's weeks or months later. Yeah.
And sometimes you cycle through it again.
Yeah.
I don't think you cycle once. I think you continue to cycle for
absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
I'll see myself fine for like a week straight. I'm good to go, and then out of nowhere, just bam, sitting in bed, and the next thing you know, I just got my face running.
Yeah.
Just hit me out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like one time, it was like 4 months after my brother had passed, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, got music on, the Beatles are playing.
Yeah,
I'm smiling, the sun's shining. Everything's good. The dog smiled at me on the road, and I'm like, da. And goes, bloody, bloody, life goes on, brah.
Yep.
Just, life, it was my brother saying, "Hey, man, it's all right. Life's beautiful. Life goes on, bro."
No, he's still right here. Last week, Assassin and I our studio's right across the way here, and we were talking about the next show, and we all met at the studio to load the gear because everybody was busy the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So in that downtime that we had, my wife had gone over and she cleaned the studio for us. She mopped the floors and all the stuff. Anyway, I said we ought to go through the set now while we're all here so that last Thursday night show wasn't the first show of us all back together for the first time.
Yeah.
And as soon as
seconds, literally, as soon as he said that, so we heard some weird noise come from the little kitchen area. It was just like a quick little like a spray of something. And I just looked at him. I was like, I've never heard that before.
We've never. We've been in there for a year and a half now, and
I was like, that is a sign. We are going through the set.
He goes, "That's Jemezzy. I'm gonna go start hooking everything up."
Yep.
He made a little kind of like that.
You know what it was? Yeah. It was one of those. What's it called? The Renews It.
You know those little
the air freshener thing.
Air freshener.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what it was.
It was one sitting in the bathroom, and the other in the other room.
Your wife put it in there.
Yeah.
It smells like Hawaiian breeze in here.
That's how it was.
I never
Febreze. That's it. It's a Febreze. It's a Febreze thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think it's great though. I mean, that you guys still get in the room and just plug in and just jam, because I mean that's what brought you guys all together to start with, and brought him to you. So I mean, while it's probably rough, I mean that's really what in my opinion, whatever that's worth. You guys just keep doing it, man, and it's honoring him every time you get in the room together.
Everything's frequency,
Yeah. And keep the positive energy and all that,
Everybody's so positive.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have played that last show last
That's
Thursday.
awesome.
He's the light now.
Yeah.
He's the one who got it together and said, "Hey, you guys still want to do the show? I'll sing for you."
That's awesome.
I
love that.
Totally awesome.
That's a big man right there.
Okay.
Show must go on, right?
At the candlelight vigil, he was all positive, all positivity,
always positive.
all light.
He's a
just like his
spitting
dad.
image, just like his father.
Yeah, it's in his DNA, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have brought up the light bulb a few times. So as I mentioned before, I work with people who are, in end of life. And just today, I was talking to a friend of mine, Dawn. She was given 6 months to live 4 months ago. So I'm talking to her several times a week just to lift her up. And she's one of those people. And when she walked into a room, you knew. She sang country, though, for like 25, 30 years. Great singer. Also did Motown stuff. One of the funniest people I've ever met. And you've mentioned the light bulb a few times. I just want to read something that I wrote to her today. And it said, when the person who lights up the room dims, people have a hard time with it. And the last person they will show that to is the bulb.
Yeah.
So when people, are on their way out, she's upset because she was the light bulb and helped and everything. I'm like, well, people have a hard time because that's who you were to them. That's who you are.
Yeah.
So they're scared.
Sure.
That's all it is. They don't want to lose you. They just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And I've always been able to ask people, go, oh my God, you asked them that. Yeah. Cause they want honest conversation.
Yeah.
Someone on the way out wants honesty.
Total honesty.
I work every day with people that are 72 hours away from death or closer. And I have the most awesome, honest conversations to and from their surgeries. And that's an honor for me that they let me in to talk about that.
Yeah.
And if people only knew how really, how precious time is, all the other BS would just float out the window, man.
Right. And it's short, man. It's short for every one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is up to, we're Gen X, you guys.
Yeah.
And, we've stayed quiet for a long time, but we're the ones who made everything cool to be cool with everyone. So now it's time for us to step up and preach exactly what you're preaching, man. Like, everyone's fine, man. Love everybody.
Yeah.
Smile. Have a good time. Being nice is free. Doesn't cost you anything. If you're an asshole at 6 a.m, you woke up at 3:30 to start on that shit.
New bear huggers right here.
Yep, Jemezzy Hugs. Right, that's the new name for the bear hugs. Jemezzy Hugs.
Yep.
Jemezzy Hugs.
That's
Love
the
it.
big dealer, I think.
An assassin here, Mike Silva on Facebook. He has taken over. Jemezzy would put out a positive post every day. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Love is key.
Something. Yeah,
Taco
love
Tuesday.
is key. Every day and
Spread it.
Yeah,
Mike stepped up.
Keep spreading
that very next day, I was like, you got to keep it going. We can't stop.
Yeah.
We keep the positivity rolling.
Yep.
And I took over and I just said, look, we're going to call this Meezy-tivity and we're going to go with it.
Good for you, brother. Love it.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. And so we got any more Jemezzy stories you guys want to share real quick, or any songs you want to talk about?
We can't share that one just yet.
Not yet.
we got stories, but there's a couple of them.
There's more that can't be shared.
We can't share those just yet.
Can I share mine? I'll be short.
Yep.
All right. So the first time, it was the September 2019 show. That was my first Divirsity of One experience. I'm photographing in the back. I'm with the people, the regular people. Then I hear the music. I was like, oh! And I started getting a little closer and I'm just feeling it. It was good.
Yeah.
I'm, photographing and videoing the people that are, including, I think, Casey, actually. But anyway, and then as I kept getting closer, when I got all the way up to the stage, I saw the back of the T-shirts, which I don't have in front of me right now, but it's a poem. The whole back of the Divirsity of One band T-shirt is a poem about diversity of one. And it's talking about people coming together. And I don't remember the poem, but I was so blown away because that reaches my heart. And I couldn't believe I was at a heavy metal show feeling completely inspired in this way. And so I was just completely blown away with the music, just like Dave said, but also with the message. And that was where, for me, it completely shifted, like how I felt about the band. I saw Jemezzy after the show in the parking lot, and I just went crazy. I just shared how I was feeling and how it affected me. And we talked about his message. We talked about what the band is about. And I cried, and I think there's only 2 musicians that I walked up and cried like that. And this is one, Jemezzy. And so from that moment forward, I just had a really tight bond with him. And I was trying to make a video just for the record. I didn't make it. So
it's all right.
Maybe it's easy.
Well, started dancing and that was it.
That's how I was at every one of our shows where D1 was playing. I was like, all right, guys, you're man in the booth now.
I stay at the merch table when
I gotta go to
Divirsity
the
of One is
stage.
playing. No way.
No.
Or any table.
Show was one of the best ones. Natalie's
You know, the whole thing, you know, Divirsity of One of my, you know, ever since I was 16 years old, when you fill out the paperwork, you know, it's such a drag to fill out all they always asked about race. And I always thought that was stupid. And I always put human.
Did you write business?
Yeah.
Like, it's that easy. Shut up, move on. You know what I mean?
You know, a lot of things, if you stop talking about it, they go away. I mean, it's
at least, you know, yeah, you know.
I don't mean it in a bad way, but I mean, like, you know, if you put an emphasis on something,
bring it up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, lead by example.
right.
Yeah.
You guys want to say anything about May 27th or anything?
Yeah, the memorial concert's coming up. What are you guys doing for that?
Right.
It's in the works, so we don't have a whole lot of detail.
That's a badass picture. Hold on.
That's totally badass.
Yeah.
Totally is. That is so great.
Yeah.
It's missing Dave.
That's
And Dead
that's
Eyes.
the old school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So details.
There you
What
go.
details do we have so far? Because I don't.
All right. So the details, there is actually a memorial show, and the only thing is we don't have the flyer done yet, but here we go. May the 27th at the Boardwalk in Orangevale, California, from I don't know, say 3-4 o'clock till midnight, something like that.
Oh yes.
The boardwalk is
all day.
graciously going to be donating the
Yep.
door back to the.
Now, do you have other local bands that are joining in with you guys? And
We're inviting as
There
many
are
friends as we can.
actually, I do have confirmed local bands.
Yeah.
So we have Skyline Red that's going to come join us.
Okay.
A band called Decipher. Love Rage Chaos.
LRC.
We have a band coming from Modesto called Nothing But Losers. They're going to come rock with us.
Awesome.
We also have a former lead singer of White Knuckle Riot,
Mike, come here.
Jeremiah Ferguson.
Here he is, right here.
He's going to come and do a set with us as well.
So,
Right there. That brother.
Hey, brother. What's up,
If
man?
you listen to our song Bleed off the new EP, he's the guy screaming on that song for us.
Awesome.
That's rap and metal.
Oh snap.
So that's May 27th at the Boardwalk. Tickets are going to be $15, and all the money from the door is going to go to Jemezzy's family.
and and there's going to be raffles and fundraiser giveaways that people buy. I don't know what you call that.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a silent auction.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. And hopefully, you know, the band Divirsity of One has been around for about 8 years. We've had a few different members come and go, and hopefully there'll be an opportunity. We've reached out to every member that's ever been a part of the band, and we're trying to get everybody to come rock a show and have some fun with us.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Celebrate our brother. So
Yeah.
yep.
It'll be
So
at the
that
Packed House, no
so
doubt.
that show right there, that was on April 20th. So
Thank you to the boardwalk.
that was our last book show that we had. And when Jemezzy passed away on the 9th, it was a tough decision to do it, but Mel here pushed us.
Nice.
Do it. And
he
we got an
asked,
opportunity.
He asked. He said we were all sitting together, and he said,
Oh,
"Can I
that's
ask you
tiny.
something?" And he asked. He says, "Let me do the last show."
And at first we said no.
Not the last.
At first we weren't going to do it because we were all just so hurt.
Yeah. Right.
We needed to, and he was right, and we did it.
Carrying his dad's light.
And he
That's
rocked
awesome.
the thing.
Well,
So now,
Proud of you
good thing
guys.
he kicked your guys' asses into gear.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
That's what we needed.
And they just let it burn, and then we were like, you know what, we got to do
That's
this.
awesome.
Yep. So
Yeah.
now He's going to come join us, and he's actually going to do a full set. And we got 10 songs, and we got some songs we've never done before. We're going to do some covers that people never heard us play before with this guy right here. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's going to go have some fun.
That's awesome.
That's what we do.
Celebrate.
We celebrate everybody. We celebrate being alive.
You have to.
Loving each other and being kind to one another. So,
yep.
That's right.
Well, man, I'll tell you, you guys.
Right there.
That's a great.
There it is. That's awesome.
Monica, who took that one? Was that?
I think
That was Charlie Bear.
That's not mine.
That was Charlie Bear.
Was it Charlie?
That was
it Charlie Bear?
That was Charlie Bear.
Yeah.
We're loving these. Oh God.
Oh.
Hi, Ray Ray. Ray Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the goof. I like to be the goofy one when it comes to taking pictures.
There you go. Hey, where can we buy some D1 merch? You guys got a website?
D1band.com.
Yep.
Okay.
The letter D, the number 1 band.com.
Yep. There's a merch section on the website that'll take you to this one of the stores.
The little top left eye.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely, and I will have music links in the description below, as well as Diversity of One's website if you want to buy
everything.
merch.
Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Hit the like button. Don't forget.
So we have a website. Just go check us out. You know, we
Dude, you can even catch me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right on. If people watching out there could right now, the equivalent of horns up would be a like and subscribe, please.
Yes.
If you could. And
go listen to his lyrics. Go listen to what Jemezzy had to say, because he did have some stuff to say.
He had a lot of things to say, but one song in particular, he really had a lot to say, and that's PLTA.
Oh my God!
Around
you have to deal with throat cancer.
And
sing it.
And then everybody that you talk to, everybody that you run into, whether you're at the bar, you're at Walmart, wherever you're at, spread the word, because that's what he was all about.
Yep, absolutely.
Walmart.
Love is key. Yes.
Love is key. Yes.
How old was he?
40.
Too young.
He turned 40 on March the 28th, and then he passed away on April 9th. He told me, he didn't think he was going to be around long. He always told us that. So
he had been saying that for years.
He just had that vibe.
He had the feeling, yeah.
He knew.
And he told us we got to continue. He built this for his family, and we're all his family.
He made us promise a lot, actually, probably more times than we should have promised, that no matter what happened, that the band would continue on. There's been many times that he tried to quit the band, and I told him, no, you can't leave the band, because if you leave the band, I'm going to leave the band. And if I leave the band, there ain't going to be a band.
Right.
Trying to keep him in the band and give him reasons to. But the one thing he did do was say, if anything was to happen, you guys make sure you continue on.
Absolutely.
And here
you
we
guys
are.
need to. You need to.
Yeah.
And I know it's weird, like, you don't know, like, what the direction is, but you guys right now, you just keep getting in the room and just hitting it. And it'll appear. You'll figure it out, but there's no rush. Yeah.
Everybody just adjusts a little bit, and it's not too bad.
It. You'll figure out what the next move is, but the main thing is you original members. You just keep,
jamming.
Yeah.
It sounds like he had fun living, and I have this conversation a lot because I work with people on the way out, and I'm like, so many people live their life just to exist. You don't have to be a millionaire to live.
Yeah.
Life is meant to be lived. Live it. Have fun.
Enjoy it.
Tell the joke. Fart in the elevator. Walk out quickly. But, enjoy yourself, man. Smile at the dog. Smile at the baby. Who cares if someone's yammering? It's not about you. It's their own thing. Keep it light. Keep it real.
Absolutely.
Finger licking.
And we were hoping that during the pandemic you thought people had gotten nicer. Holy moly, did people?
No, it's a little weird there.
Like if you were on the fence, you're a full blown a-hole now.
It made that division even greater.
Right.
Yeah, the nicer people got nicer.
We're trying to
Except
bring it
hold
back.
Hold on. Except for in one area, which I've been around pre and post pandemic. You know what I thought was weird is the music scene in Sacramento used to be a giant ball of cliques. And there were so many different cliques and people didn't know each other. You know what the pandemic did? Stripped it all down. And now it's just one community.
Awesome. That's
just
great.
Music fans.
And we didn't stop having shows.
That's a secret.
We just didn't advertise it very well.
Hey, I'm from Chicago. Believe me, we had a lot of things happening that no one kind of knew about. You know what I mean?
Yo, that house party came back.
Yeah.
Nice.
The house party came back.
Yeah, like come over and watch TV.
Yeah. Oh man, it would really suck if you bought your drummer, your guitar player, the PA, and 3,500 people along with you.
That sounds like it'd be a horrible idea. Don't do that. Now, what time can you be here?
Okay, so what's his message going forward that he'd want everyone to listen to
All at once?
and resonate? You know, what is it that it may be different for everyone there? You know, what did you take away from the experience of him living?
Three letters. Three letters.
Or three words.
Three words.
Love is key.
Oh, you said it too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, you should say it together.
Ready?
All together.
He had tons of them.
1, 2, 3.
Love is key.
Yeah, don't be getting all premature on that, brother.
Hey, something's gonna pop it quick.
Hey, you know, Jemezzy was all about celebrating everybody as well. He didn't care where you came from, what your story was. He wanted to celebrate you. He wanted to celebrate your life, celebrate your accomplishments, everything about you.
Right.
You know, he's just an inspiration. So
being nice is free, man. When you have friends, tell them you love them. Tell them how great they are and what they do, because that's why you're friends with them.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't keep it inside. Let them know, you know.
Yeah.
And your kids.
And so what's your message going forward, and how do you want your father to be remembered, bud?
Oh, well, I want D1 to continue.
Absolutely.
That's how he will be remembered.
Yep.
Want y'all to have a little chant at the start of every show. Say his name.
Jemezzy baby.
Yes.
Nice.
You
I love it.
So his name is actually Jemezzy baby. That's his stage name.
It's not Jummeasy, not Humeasy. It's Jummeasy.
Baby.
Gotcha.
Baby.
Jemezzy baby.
Yeah.
Right on, man. And I'm sure your father couldn't be more happier seeing you honor him.
Absolutely.
And his brothers in music. And I say that as a father. I would be totally elated.
Yep.
If my son honored me in that way.
Yeah.
So good for you, brother.
Yeah.
So total respect.
We're all proud.
Yep.
That's awesome. That really is, man.
Yeah.
This is nephew.
Blubbering. You're up there singing like,
And we are going to keep a close eye on him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call the principal's office.
Yeah.
This was my mother.
I'm actually related, so.
Yeah, we the same.
If my principal was my
the
mom, I
same.
would switch schools. I'm sorry. That's just
Hey, it's by marriage, but we are related, so it's all good.
Hey, that's all good, man. We're all related at the end of the day
Yep.
because we're all one, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Love that.
V
Right
and
on.
Jason, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you guys.
The guy in the corner, so I know that he's actually alive. Well,
There he is. Yeah, there he is.
I'm like, is that a cardboard cutout? What the hell's going on?
You wear the glasses for a reason.
Anything you'd like to say, brother?
There's a mask on stage for a reason. Silent but deadly.
Well, guys, hey, listen, we love you. We appreciate the support. Any help you guys throw the show, spread the word. We're going to spread the word for you. And
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ask
And if you guys want to come on after
Anytime.
right around May 27th, you're more than welcome.
Together.
Tell us how it went. We'll have you on regularly. And you're now family, all of you, whether you like it or not. So
yeah.
So much.
Thank you.
Next time I'm
Thank
in
you, guys.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we
South.
appreciate-
Go out there a lot, don't you?
We
I'm
appreciate
going to
it.
Nashville on Monday. But
Are you
right, I'm actually thinking about moving to Memphis.
Memphis.
Well, I don't know. I just want to get out of Chicago, man. I got arthritis.
I understand that.
People only having so much time left to live. I just assumed you worked for the mob.
Hey, I don't say nothing. There's no such thing called the mafia.
Now that I know you,
But I will say that my dad's hypothetical would-be business partner was the first one blown up by a frequency bomb in the United States by the mafia. Hypothetically.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. No, actually, it did actually happen. But
you delete that part of this.
but no, we're all good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you,
Hey,
brother.
thank you.
I
And you guys, man.
for letting me joke around.
Yeah. And
Hi, Jason.
you guys get in the room, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll figure it out. And God bless you all for sure.
And thank you, my brothers and sisters in metal, D1 and the Sacramento Maidens of Metal.
Yeah.
Rock on. And,
Have a good night, guys.
This guy right here, go listen to some music, man.
Yeah.
I hope I honored you guys all right with that picture with the mic glowing.
Perfect.
Yes, it's
Love it, dude.
beautiful.
Awesome.
Really beautiful.
Awesome, man.
I thank you, and I'm sorry for your loss,
Absolutely.
but hopefully some great music can come out of it,
Yep.
and we're going to see where you guys lead to. Go ahead.
Can I correct you on one thing? Not just our loss. Our loss.
Everybody's
Right.
loss.
The world lost a
The
great
world's
man.
lost.
You guys didn't have an opportunity to meet him and see him, but
Yeah.
we all lost him.
And that's
But,
what makes it so tough.
Casey.
No.
What were you saying?
His light is still here, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. There he is, right there.
The light moved on.
That's you, dude.
All right, brother. So you're going to have to show these old guys how to do it.
The light's right there.
I'm reaching in the right spots to jump in songs at the moment.
Oh my God, this guy, he's screaming on the mic. Oh, it's great.
I love it.
Great.
Me?
Yeah.
What? I
is
could
great.
never.
That's awesome.
Oh.
All right, you guys.
See?
That makes me so happy to see that type of response in that tone of lightness.
Yeah.
So close to the
Love
events
it.
that transpired. That's
Love
horrible.
it.
And that's a
Love it.
testament to
Guys.
the man he was.
How you do?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys. Love you all. See you.
Love you, my brothers and sisters.